Hello and welcome to Aviatrix Sound Bytes. Today we're going to be talking about SD-WAN, what is your plan? And in order to do that, we need to go back in history a little bit to understand why SD-WAN was created in the first place. So if you go back to 2013, companies were using MPLS backbones to connect their remote offices to their central data centers. But this was expensive, and broadband had gotten to the point where it offered enough bandwidth to be able to do that at similar speeds. So SD-WAN was created in order to be able to connect those branch offices over broadband to that central data center. Now by 2013, companies started experimenting with clouds. Now the cloud was really something that was just connected through the data center, so it was still okay to connect through that central data center. Then as we started to expand in 2017, companies did a little bit more in the public cloud, and all of a sudden the data center started shrinking as that center of gravity. By 2019, the center of gravity had actually moved to the cloud, so the data center was no longer really the connection point for everything. People were trying now to get into the cloud, but had to go through the data center to do that. In 2020, Aviatrix multi-cloud networking became very strategic, and enterprises started recognizing that the multi-cloud backbone was where all of their data and applications were going to exist over time. Now, if you already have an MPLS backbone, you can still use this configuration, but many companies started seeing that it was time to just connect those branch offices directly into the cloud without having to go through the data center, since it was no longer where the applications existed that the branch offices needed to get to. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what Aviatrix can do in any phase of this transformation for you, from fully supporting existing SD-WAN investments that you already have, or if you are looking for an alternative to SD-WAN, or just starting your journey of connecting your branch offices, how you can leverage site to cloud and remote user VPNs to connect your remote offices into applications and services that are being delivered from the cloud. And finally, we'll talk briefly about CloudWAN, which is a really interesting way to be able to connect your branch offices into the cloud with Aviatrix. So the first one, supporting your existing SD-WAN investment. If you look at this situation here, every SD-WAN provider provides a virtual endpoint that runs in the cloud. This is how they connect to multiple clouds and talk about supporting multi-cloud networking. It's really just connecting to the cloud, and it treats the cloud as essentially another branch office that's then connecting into that central data center. That virtual endpoint can very easily be connected to an Aviatrix gateway and take full advantage of the entire Aviatrix multi-cloud network that's operating actually in the cloud. The second situation is maybe you have not invested in SD-WAN, or you're looking at making a move to where your branch offices simply connect directly to the cloud because it's now the center of universe for your enterprise applications. In this case, we have solutions for site to cloud from branch offices directly into the cloud, connecting to the Aviatrix gateways, and then also for remote users. So SAML authenticated remote user VPN capabilities that we offer that connect again to those Aviatrix gateways and give you the ability to have unique identifications and unique connection policies for each one of your branch or each one of your users. And then finally, there's Aviatrix CloudWAN. And what Aviatrix CloudWAN is it takes advantage of existing hardware that you're already using in the branch office. So any Cisco iOS router that supports BGP and IPsec connections, we can go out from the Aviatrix controller, reconfigure that router so that it supports all of the necessary security and connects into the BGP for traffic engineering in the cloud. This also can take advantage of cloud native capabilities like AWS global accelerator. So no matter where you come into the cloud, let's say you're coming in from Singapore, you can get a direct route all the way across the ocean into, say, US East, if that's where your applications are running or the data that this application is trying to access needs to get to. This can also be used as a backbone to go from branch office to branch office, because you'd simply go into the cloud, leverage the hyperscaler's backbone to go down and jump back into a branch office. But most companies aren't really doing the branch office to branch office anymore, because all of the data and applications that the branch offices require are running in the cloud. So that's a quick overview of what we're doing in the SD-WAN and CloudWAN area. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to info@aviatrix.com and we'll get a solution architect in touch with you. If you want to try any of this on your own, I also encourage you to go to our homepage where you'll find the Sandbox Starter, and this gives you the ability to fire up a complete multi-cloud environment in your accounts and play with it for about $1 an hour. So $25 a day. You can spin it up anytime you need it. You can take it down and use it whenever you need.